Sheenam had always been sort of a clumsy child and tripping over. And when she was first diagnosed, the thing that really, really struck me was the mood changes and the psychotic episodes and the repeating of the fact that you don't love me, you love the other two children, your other two children much better than you love me. And she'd got stuck into a rut with this, and there was nothing but nothing we could take away from that. After her diagnosis, she used to just lay on the settee, not eat, not get dressed, not have a shower, not have a bath. So she was going through some real deep depression. It was a really, really tough time because I was lecturing at the university, and I used to be really scared because 2 or 3 times she'd sort of said, "What's this life about? I'm going to..." Can't even say those words, but she really had had enough and didn't want to live. It was the hardest time seeing my daughter go through this and to support the children and myself after grieving for my husband and their father. Slowly she began to gather herself, and there were many things that went wrong that made it feel really bad for her. One day she came home crying from the local shop and said, "Mummy, they've told me to leave because I'm drunk." And I still remember how awful that was for her and for us. I remember going to the shop and ended up doing some work with their staff. It was a big shop. It was a supermarket. But that was like the beginning of trying to educate people. We then had a little thing that Sheenam used to hold and have in a bag or pocket that said that she'd got juvenile huntingtons disease, and the clumsiness was due to that and not that she was drunk. It's painful to recall all of those incidences. She was studying for international tourism management at Leeds University, and she had one of her placements out in Miami. And they knew that she'd got the disease. She was near a heater and nearly burnt the back of her leg because her sort of spatial awareness wasn't that good. And instead of making reasonable adjustments at work, they sent her back from Miami back to England without completing that placement. Sheenam then decided when she came back that she wanted to go into independent living. It was very hard for me to, I wouldn't say allow, it was really difficult to let my daughter go, knowing that would she be able to cope. However, that was the best thing that we did. She had that independence. Even though I went to see her every day and support her, she still had that independence where she could have her friends around. It was her home, it was her flat. And with the support of carers around, she was able to mobilise as well as she could.